like Elmo and Sesame Street. So that's
Hmm.
my philosophy. If you have a good show, then you can make a good character.
Yeah.
And that's one of my first philosophies.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman,
And if you were just
Logan
to
Crawford.
investigators, they now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into a gripping psychological and historical drama. It is called Beautiful Dreams by Salman al Hamadi. This powerful novel blends Soviet-era struggles, family trauma, and the haunting mysteries of the past with a suspenseful story that asks, how much do buried dreams shape our present? Filled with intrigue, heartbreak, and questions of motive and memory, Beautiful Dreams is both a personal and generational journey you won't soon forget. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by buying his beautiful book. The links are below this interview. Salman, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crawford. I'm glad to meet you finally.
Glad to meet you as well. Very much a fan of your work. Can you tell us what the inspiration was behind the writing of Beautiful Dreams?
Actually, there's a lot of inspirations. Firstly, my childhood. When I was a child, I would watch shows like Sesame Street, Teletubbies, and of course, later on in my adult life, not my adult life, but my teenage life, I would also watch some clips of Mr. Rogers because it's not, even though I've gotten older, I like the essence of innocence. It feels so nice. It feels so comfortable. The escapism is perfect. It feels like I am there. And when the character's talking to me, I feel like I'm there too. Like I'm like a child when I watch these shows, you know.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. It's wonderful you're able to keep that childlike part of you alive, because I feel that's where our creativity lies, because children are so creative, so imaginative. Now, your book, Beautiful Dreams, is a blend of multiple genres, really. It's psychological thriller, fantasy, conspiracy, maternal drama. Talk to us about how you were able to balance all these different types of genres.
For me, when I wrote this story, I have only one motive. It's the characters. The characters is what drive the story. The themes is what the characters carry. When I make Anna, I create a survivor, not just a survivor, but a troubled person with a troubled past who endured so much for a child, even if you can think about it, and to carry so much and take care of another child. Don't you think that's very difficult, Mr. Crawford?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And then I create a character like Dmitri Ivanovich. You know, he's like a representation of childlike innocence, but of course, he is a representation of adults, or at least big influencers, taking advantage of younger audiences. I think you've heard stories like these too, such as Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yet your story is very unique, very original. The mother figure in the book navigates trauma and PTSD in a very intense emotional setting. Talk to us a little bit about how you were able to capture that authenticity in your writing and convey it to the audience.
I meet a lot of people, Mr. Crawford. And, you know, when people talk to me, they talk to me about their past, both men and women. And I see strong men when they talk about their past, it's like they're weak themselves. But yet the fact that they carry it and yet push on, it shows their strength. You know what I mean? And then I hear stories of abuse as well, but it doesn't mean they have not abandoned their humanity. This is my inspiration that even though you endure so much and yet keep pushing is a sign of strength and endurance and perseverance. This is what we were taught as children, even Islamically speaking. You'll be tested. You'll endure hardships, but you must never give up because that's it. Because even when you push through all of it, ease will follow.
Those are great lessons for the audience, great takeaways for the reader. Talk to us about the setting of the book. 1990s Moscow. It carries strong socio-political connotations. Talk to us about how you did your research and how you blended creativity in melding all of these together to create a true great migrant experience for Anna and others.
Well, my inspiration started in 2019 when I went to Moscow to study there at the time. I was studying language in 2019 to 2020. And when I was living there, the first thing they wanted to teach us is, you know, during our second semester, animation, literature. And of course, I watched movies like Brat or Brother in English. You can find it in YouTube now, even if you want. But Brother is a big influence because it actually takes place in that time. It shows like how bad it was, especially in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And things are still troubled there now, it appears as well, with war raging, obviously, between Russia and Ukraine. Let me talk to you about the reviews. They've generally
Can
been
I ask, can
excellent.
I
Yes.
stop you there a little bit? I
Yes.
lived in Moscow during till 2025, and so far, the troubles there, it's mostly like calm, mostly,
Mm.
as someone who lived there recently. I
Okay.
lived there till 2025. I studied in the university there, and of course, while I live there, I just go, to my day-to-day life. I go to the supermarkets. I go to my uni, and so far with these like crimes, everything, it's almost non-existent. Of course, or maybe it's just based off my experience, but so far this chaos does not exist from what I've
Wonderful,
experienced.
wonderful. Well, that's good to know, because nobody wants to see people suffering, whether they're
Mhm.
Russian or Ukrainian. We want everyone to
Yeah, I
have as much
agree.
peace in their lives as possible. The reviews on this book have been phenomenal, people praising the emotional intensity. Talk to us about the reviews, your reaction, and did any of the reviews catch you off guard?
One of the reviews, there's 15, so it's gonna be hard for me to pick. But I think it's my one of my favorites is from Daniel. That's the reviewer's name. He gave a pretty intense review and like how he felt about the whole thing. I thought that was pretty nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. The TV show Beautiful Dreams is central to Anna and her son's lives. Talk to us a little bit about that aspect of the story.
When I wrote Beautiful Dreams, the show itself, the first thing that came to my mind is I'm not trying to create a villain. I'm trying to create a show first.
Mhm.
The show and the host are one when you put it all together, almost like Elmo and Sesame Street. So that's
Mhm.
my philosophy. If you have a good show, then you can make a good character,
Yeah.
and that's one of my first philosophies. So the first thing I did is make a good show. I make stories of wonder. For example, I think you. Which one is your favorite episode from the show, Mr. Crawford?
It's hard to recall at this point, but what about yours? What's a standout for you?
My standout for me is the moon. When they
Mm.
interviewed a moon man inside the moon. There's a house inside, there's architecture,
Yeah.
history in itself, like all the ancient old creatures that have gone extinct or ones we have not discovered yet. I think to me, it's a show that shows like there's so much in such a small place. Like Earth itself in a galaxy in the Milky Way, it's pretty small. It's like a speck of dust. But this speck of dust has so much in it, and that's why I wanted to show like something so small can have there's so many beautiful things in it, and that's what I wanted to show, the wonders, and that even though it's this small, could you imagine what the other ones look like, how big the galaxy is? It's like a
Exactly.
demonstration.
Exactly. The vastness of it all. Have you envisioned Beautiful Dreams as a film, perhaps?
I think a TV show, because I think when it comes to filmmaking, the episodes in the show and the book, I think they all deserve their own episode in their own way.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. That makes sense without a doubt. You'd be able to flush out the characters more, the settings more, and of course, all of the stories. Interesting and very, very fascinating to me as a reader, Anna's missing brother, Misha. Talk to us about the role that he plays and he symbolizes within the novel's themes.
I cannot explain that because that's for the reader to find out. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't want to give it away, if you know what
Yeah.
I mean.
Exactly, exactly. What's next for you as a writer? What are you thinking about exploring next?
I cannot announce it yet
Hmm.
because it's supposed to be a mystery for now, and we're now still in the stages of pre-production. I'm still writing the script for it,
Okay,
but I
wonderful.
am very excited. But I am very excited to show it. I hope by 2 to 3 years it'll be completed and I get to show you all what it really is. And because even I'm excited for it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, it's great to have that passion and that enthusiasm. Let's talk about some of the themes of the book that involve greed and false promises. Talk to us about that aspect of the story.
Greed and false promises. I do not think I included greed, but false promises. It's within the pivotal point of when Anna finally meets Dmitri Ivanovich for the first time in
Mm.
person. I think in a way he shows like such a glamorous, kind look, almost like you could be his best friend. But when you meet him in person, he's almost a frightening figure. Even I, as an adult, would not want to get close to him.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you were to turn Beautiful Dreams into a TV series, have you thought about who would play Anna and Dmitri?
I have a few selections, but for Dimitri, I had two candidates so far. You might laugh. Nicolas Cage.
Okay,
All right. And the second character I had thought of would be Ralph Fiennes, the one, Voldemort.
right, right. Absolutely.
He was
They're very
one of the
diverse
few,
actors, but both are brilliant actors who would bring a lot of
yes,
their own
because,
energy and personality to the role.
yeah, I saw Long Legs from Nicolas Cage. I mean, I saw some of his other movies, but after I saw Long Legs, I believe he would make a perfect Dmitry Ivanovich.
Wonderful. And Anna, have you thought about her?
And there's Vanessa Kirby as
Hmm.
one, and of course there's also who is this actress? Honestly, there's a lot. I don't know.
There is a lot.
She's the first person that came to my mind,
Yep.
but I think my second one would be that woman from maybe Scarlett Johansson. But then again, I don't think so. I don't think I would
Right.
pick her.
Okay. All right. I'm sure
I
a
need a little
lot
more
of
time for it because
a lot of Hollywood wigs would be vying to play the roles because it is they're fantastic characters, and you've done just such a great job in creating a world within the pages of your book. Now, I understand that this book is catching attention around the globe, including the crossroads of the world, Times Square. Tell us about that.
well, it's a big thing when I first saw it there. I was like, oh my God, my book is in Times Square. It's like a big accomplishment for me. And of course, like very few people had this opportunity, and I'm thankful for everyone that helped me to get it to Times Square, of course. Even though I'm a first-time author, not that experienced yet, but I'm thankful for all of it. Thank you very much. Alhamdulillah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, it deserves a lot of attention. And obviously, it's getting that. The name of the book is Beautiful Dreams. It isn't just a novel, it's a haunting exploration of memory, trauma, and the fragile line between hope and despair. Salman, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crawford, for this interview. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your questions, and I'm glad you enjoyed my book.
Absolutely. I appreciate your insight, your wisdom, and your great talent. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.